Hey, it's me, Big P, and I'm here in new Path of Exile. Was it 3.6? Right? I don't know. Whichever. It's a synthesis league. And it's time to tip the scales with Divine Ire. I'm here to give you a quick video, giving you my first impressions of the league and the skill. Let's get right into it because it's fucking awesome. Long story short, Divine Ire is very strong. I'm not sure if like scaling it by itself instead of doing the cast while channeling stuff that I like to do is actually better. Right now I'm using it with Blade Vortex. For those of you who don't know, it's basically Kamehameha. It's fucking beautiful. It is incredibly strong and also good at clear. Let's run a map real quick so you can see. Hopefully it's not Ellie Reflect this one. Basically zoomed through the leveling process of the axe. Now Ellie Reflect, we're good. And so I have it with the cast while channeling Blade Vortex setup to help for clear, but I find that Divine Ire is interesting because it functions as both single target and clear because, let's see here, you see that pack over there? It's gone. Well, not the whole thing. I guess it didn't reach. I'll go into what skill gems I'm supporting the Blade Vortex and Divine Ire with, but the DPS goes through the roof, especially with Trickster. Trickster I haven't played in a while, and we went Swift Killer first, then Ghost Dance and Escape Artist, just for kind of some utility and defense. Now let's do this memory real quick.
What is it?
Give you some thoughts on the
Not
league.
during my communion with God.
Me personally, I'm loving the league. Some people are having problems. They're probably not playing Divine Ire because this is really, really strong and really fun to play. Probably my only criticism would be that synthesized items feel like kind of a bit of a waste to me right now. They don't really seem worth it. I mean, I guess maybe if we, when we figure out exactly what we're supposed to be looking for, it'll feel a bit more. I mean, I have like 2 stash tabs just full of them, and it's just little things like, one-handed swords can't be mixed with one-handed daggers. It's like, kind of a little more annoying than I would hope. Oh. And I guess we're trapped. So fuck it, let's get out of here. Let's not waste too much more time. We're using Valspark. I mean, I was casting a lot of stuff while channeling. I'm not even gonna pick that shit up. Let's go. Valspark and Val Blade Vortex for single target. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to do this map boss without even touching them with the Blade Vortex portion of the build. I think it's really just like another added layer of damage to anybody who gets really close, because the way that Divine Ire works, and you can't really see it, but in the area around, people get shocked and hit. Not shocked, like zapped. Shocked is an actual thing. We wouldn't want people to, mix up terminology in Path of Exile, God forbid. I was worried about the cast speed, but, I guess I should also be worried about the heat suffix on my flask. But it gets pretty quick. Well, not only does it scale with cast speed, but you also get chances to gain stages. You gotta look up in that corner there real quick up here, where you can see that jumped up to 15 in like half a second because you get extra stages based on how many people are around you. See, that's 12. And Divine Ire goes to max damage at 20 and max length at 10. So let's try and just show the Divine Ire damage. So it's kind of nice to be at a safe distance. See, I'm going to try and get it all the way to 20. Maybe a crit with it. So that wasn't that great. But what you're kind of supposed to do is stand close because you gain stages faster when you're zapping a unique enemy, rare enemy, and you get a chance to do it on a magic or a normal enemy. And then I also have Blade Vortex just to kind of scale hits more, and this is kind of temporary in the setup. I just want to throw something into cast while channeling because I did feel that Divine Ire is very strong, but I'm not sure if it's, strong enough to stand alone as its own skill. Let's go into a little bit more detail about what I'm running. Okay, Flame Dash, Faster Casting, boring. I'm just using Wrath. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be in the final build. Let's take a look at the tree real quick. I already showed you here. I'm basically using Octavian's tree. It seems very good to me. I only did a couple things differently. Like I'm going into these dex nodes here because I need to level my Blade Vortex. I didn't end up going into like stuff like this because I kind of like shield charging better. There's a lot of movement speed stuff with Trickster that scales it really well. Trees, I mean, to be honest, this league, a lot of trees are just going to be just up there in the top area. Nothing too fancy here, I'm sure. I will leave a paste bin for it if you're interested, but I mean, you just look at Octavian's a better YouTuber than I am, better player than I am. Just go see what he did. I did farm a tabula pretty quickly because anytime I do cast while channeling, you kind of want 3 support gems here, because half of your 6th link is taken up by 2 spells and the cast while channeling support, so it's important. My gear is all crap, pretty much, except, Crim Sorrow, I got it cheap, just because I wanted to fully convert Divine Ire, which is half Fizz, and half, I'm like, over converting with Fizz to Lightning, but I'm okay with that right now. It's kind of like a sloppy whatever. I'm just doing it right now, just trying a lot of stuff. We have a lot of other skill gems here. Infused channeling we might bring in, maybe increased AoE if we need it. We might do Lightning Pen for later. I think infused channeling and Lightning Pen might be once we get into red maps and maybe Divine Ire's damage starts dropping off. But right now it feels amazing. It's super fun to play. That's the biggest thing. It's fun to like snipe people. It's fun to, charge up and just blast shit. Stuff gets blasted. So, I guess I should mention I am using Energy Leech support, new gem. Leeching Energy Shield is pretty strong, and I'm using Eldritch Battery and Mind Over Matter so that I'm always leeching. If I do any damage and I'm at less than maximum Energy Shield, I will get the 37% more instead of the 23% more. Either way, it's very strong. I'm not sure if you should really push that more and get like higher. I don't know if I want more regen rate for this because I have run into a couple problems here and there. Like kind of running out of mana and energy shield to cast stuff. But I don't know, right now it's not that big a deal. We got a Herald of Ice set up here with Onslaught, kind of overlapping with the Flask here, but I'm going to replace that with either a Consecrated Ground Flask because that's been buffed, or maybe something else, maybe a Wise Oak if we need to penetrate more because I'm not Inquisitor. You can probably do this build as Inquisitor and get away with it completely. Curse on Hidden Warlord's Mark because we are getting free power charges. This was buffed to gain us charges while channeling, although it's pretty inconsistent and slow, to be honest. You like kind of have to sit, like it's not either or. Like I've sat there with like 4 power charges and no frenzy charges for a bit. So the chance to gain a power charge or frenzy charge on kill is really what you want to be relying on. And even then, when you're mapping, it doesn't really matter, but I was hoping this could kind of just be there for like bosses. Not the case. Ghost Dance and Escape Artist seem insane, especially when I start to gear for it, like to get big evasion rating, big energy shield. Attack and cast speed per Ghost Shroud. My character feels very fast already with extremely crappy gear. I guess I will upload a paste bin just so you can see how crappy it is. Speaking of crappy, yeah, I think these fractured items, at least at this low level, are just kind of a waste of time. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving this league so far, but like, I don't know, I've been mixing up a bunch, and it seems like, I mixed 3 pieces of vendor trash together to get another piece of vendor trash. I'm sure later in the game, maybe, the best implicits or like double and triple implicits are locked into like red maps only, which to be honest would be good. I do like the idea of, locking the better rewards at the higher levels so that you're not running fucking quarry all day or the bridge in Act 9 or whatever, Act 8. Um, yeah, that's about it. I mean, pretty simple. We're starting here on day 2 of the league. I'm having a lot of fun. All criticisms of the league aside, in terms of this loot, it's super great. I'm even dealing with betrayal mobs that I didn't like that much last league very easily with Divine Ire, so I'm excited to play more. Probably just gonna stream a couple hours. We're gonna try and get into yellows, maybe reds today. Try and maybe get some better gear. And yeah, thank you for watching. I guess if you have any questions or any ideas of what I can do, if you're trying Divine Ire yourself, you know what, let me know, because this seems like a sort of skill that people can do a lot of different things with, and spells just overall have a lot of different things that are going on. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys around.